Islandstats.
Good evening, Minister of Health. There seems to be some confusion when it comes to the authorization of large sporting events where non-immunized people have to be tested, and we'll find out whether or not they are negative or positive, but the people that are immunized are not, but can go to the event. Can we clear this up a little bit? Because there could be someone immunized carrying the virus and can potentially pass it on, but they don't know because they're not being tested going to the event, just like someone who is unimmunized, but they get to find out before they get to the event.
Are you referring, Mr. Bazin, to the use of the safe key?
Yes.
Yes. Well, the use of the safe key, when that is required, the person can enter the event and obtain a safe key in one of two ways. One is if they are immunized. Two is if they've had a test that's negative for COVID within the last 72 hours prior to the event. So a safe key is administered and issued on those two circumstances.
Okay. But a person that is immunized, can they still carry the coronavirus and pass it on?
Yeah, we've talked about that here too. I have the CMO, but we have spoken about that. But the risk is very, very minuscule insofar as a person that has been immunized and then contracting the virus and then being able to transmit it.
But then the person that's unimmunized that contracts it from someone who's immunized, do they become the risk? Not the person that's immunized, it's the person that's not immunized.
Well,
can they contract it from the person that's been...
The risk exists, but the risk is far more weighty and heavy for a person that's unimmunized, because you've heard us speak about the fact that a person that is immunized has a lower, let's say Pfizer, for example, the efficacy is 85%. So there is a less likelihood that they will get very, very ill from COVID, be hospitalized, or die. That's the whole point of immunization. However, a person that's not immunized and contracts the disease does not have that same level of protection that we've spoken about previously as somebody that's immunized.
But the general consensus is that if I'm immunized and I go to an event, but I'm carrying the COVID-19 virus, and you go to the event and you're not immunized, I can pass it on to you because I haven't been tested to go to the event.
But what we said, Mr. Bazin, is that the ability to transmit the virus for a person that's immunized is minuscule. A person that's not immunized and they catch the virus will have a more likelihood of having, they don't have the same level of protection as a person that's immunized. So therefore, they could get very ill, they could get hospitalized, and they could die.
That is understood. But I'll answer one more way. Maybe the CMO can answer this.
If he knew what the question was.
Earl, I think we all understand your question, but I think what the government has laid out is the position of where we are with the comfortable of where we are insofar as risk management and large events using SafeKey. So, I mean, you're not going to necessarily get a different answer. If the circumstances of the ground change and we feel that we need to have a different approach, then we'll have a different approach.